Hello, everybody. This is Coach Jess, and I realized that I have yet to make a video that shows my before and afters of my trade ideas for stock options. So I do trade stock options full time, and I teach it full time pretty much. And I absolutely love it. I have converted from FX to stock options, and it's for so many reasons. It works with my schedule. I like the money. I like the capital. I like how easy it is. It's not as volatile. The pullbacks aren't as traumatic as Forex. And I do believe that coming from Forex, you have an advantage because you're so used to the liquidity in the markets that once you transition to stock options, the charts are so smooth that you question if this is real or not. The most complicated part is learning the verbiage, the platform, identifying contracts and all that good stuff. And that is something I do teach in my classes. But I just want to focus on charting so you guys can see. Now, with stock options, when I'm working with new people, I try to give them, especially with smaller tickers, which is what we call our stocks, I try to give them an ideal take profit or profit target of at least 2 points, giving them about $100 win per trade, and then they can grow that. So you're going to see what I provide. Now, for example, for Tesla, I do provide the calls and the puts, and I give them TPs. Now, stop losses are not provided, and that is because that is all contingent on your budget and what you can handle. And you should always do your due diligence and back test based off what I teach to see if it's something that you can actually work with or not. So we're going to look at the chart for it. And when I do give trade ideas, I like to provide my chart to show the team where they could have entered. I do use the smaller timeframes for entries. So as you can see, this blue level is where I was expecting an entry. Now, there was a scalp available on the smaller time frame, like the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 3 minute, but I was looking for the higher probability setup where the market, it gapped up immediately, which was beautiful. Came back and did a retest above my level and above the VWAP and gave us an entry. Then it came back and gave us a retest to get back in, another retest to get back in, another retest and retest. Again, all you need is essentially a $2 move to make at least about $100 a day. And again, don't quote me on this. This is just estimates because there's so many variables that change what you can make, especially if there's a lot of volume and volatility in the market and the direction that you anticipate. So your trade will increase in value as it's going in a direction that you basically charted and you bought your contract for. So I may make $50 on my first dollar move, but then on the second dollar in profit, I may make $63. And then it keeps increasing in value until it reaches a max of $100 per dollar move. So the entire move, and this is not including the scalp, but the entire move based off the retest on top of my level and the VWAP gave us 7 points. So if you did a worst case scenario rough estimate, you could have made about $350. And that is like worst case scenario. I can tell you that it was way more than that just based off of the movement. Now, I'm not going to go in that much detail with each one, but then we have SPY. For SPY, I provided calls above 396, puts below 395. I do give them intraday levels, and in the beginning of each week, I provide swing levels as well. So if it moves more, you will see me type in like plus, 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 meaning that it most likely headed to one of our swing levels. So let's see what this is looking like. All right, so this was the call level. I'm waiting for it to load. This was the call level right here. You can see it was it was absolutely beautiful. So this is where the market opened. There wasn't any clear, like it wasn't as clear when the market first opened, but towards the afternoon, we had beautiful momentum with SPY giving us about 3.25 points. And was, again, look at it. It's beautiful. It's completely obvious. And when it moves, it just moves, y'all. And once it hits a level, like for the most part, you look at your price action and you'll know to get out of the trade. All right, the next one was SPX. I provided calls above 39.60 with 10-point increment take profits, and same thing for the puts. And over here, you're going to be able to see my levels and how the market reacted to it. All right, So you can see this one is synonymous to SPY, which is the one that we just looked at. So a little bit of crazy momentum. There was an opportunity for a scalp here pretty early in the morning. However, the retest to my level was here with a double candle rejection. And then we had another retest above it and above the VWAP, which is a stronger confirmation. And it gave us about a 40-point move. And I can tell you that SPX is definitely, it pays very well. It's a super volatile pair. It's kind of like trading, if you're a Forex trader, it's like trading NAS, US 30, gold. It's like trading that. So it's more volatile. It does require risk. I always tell my students, just with one contract, you do need to at least, you have to be willing to lose about $400 per trade, minimum $400 or $500. This was about a $2,000 win minimum with this trade right here, and it took about 4 hours to play out. Well, actually, no, from here. So from 1 o'clock to about 3 o'clock, so it took about 2 hours to play out. So that's pretty much how they work. As you can see, all of my trades have one. I mean, you guys, it's super simple. Again, once you have your pullbacks, I like to look for certain confirmations. The more confirmations and confluences I have, I get in. But the pullbacks aren't as intense. And again, the benefit of trading stock options is that as it goes in the direction that you anticipate, it increases in value for every dollar point. So here, the market just moved beautifully, gave a retest on top of my level and on top of the VWAP, which is what I like to use personally. And you can see where it gave, again, another opportunity, and it just kept giving opportunities to compound if you had the capital. If not, it took about 4 hours for a 12-point move. So this could have been about a $600, $700 trade minimum within that set period of time. And you can see where like there weren't any major retracements all the way back to entry. It's just nice, smooth movement. Netflix is definitely one of my favorites. I also like to trade Enphase. This is, if you follow me, especially on Twitter, you will see that I talk about this a lot. This is my baby. The contracts are a little bit more expensive than like your Microsoft, your Apples, but I don't care. It pays really well. I want to say, I think I won $1,000 today. I think it was, I have to double check. I think I won about $1,000 today. Off this right here, this is where I entered. I got in a little bit early. Just because of the market structure, and I saw the candle rejection and was above the VWAP, but my call level was here. And you can see where it gave about an 8-point move. So that was about a $400, $500 move minimum. The reason why I made the money I did was because I purchased multiple contracts, and contracts are like synonymous to lot sizes. So if you're in Forex and you're buying standards, your contracts are kind of like the same thing. The more contracts you buy, the more you make or the more you lose in the direction it's either going. Obviously, in your favor, it's going to be good. If it's not, it's going to be detrimental. And then for the put level, you can see where it was a beautiful break and retest of market structure, had a candle rejection. We were underneath the VWAP. Price action gave it all. You can see the market structure. If you take in my free course, I have a homework assignment where I do this. The market structure was absolutely beautiful, giving us another opportunity to compound. Same thing here where we got like a triple retest to shoot down. That was an 11-point move. That could have been about at least $500, $600 with just a one contract purchase. So it was easily today was at least a 60 to 100% return on the trades. Absolutely gorgeous. This is why I love stock options. You do not have to stay in the trades all day. I believe my experience with Forex allows me to have the patience to do so, and I select the right contract so that theta is not eating me up. However, this trade right here only took me about 35 minutes to make that $1,000. But again, I purchased multiple contracts. So if you purchase maybe one contract, this would have been about a $300 to $400 win just in that 35 minutes. So if you want to learn more about stock options, I would have to say the most affordable route is to take my economy classes. I do go live twice a week. There is access to recorded content. I do provide trade ideas, which I'm actually showing you. This is what I give you guys. And it's been really helpful. Students are doing extremely well. I offer private training as well, all in the link that is going to be in the description below. That does cost more. And those are for my more advanced students that don't need as much direction. They just want access to content and don't really want to attend webinars or things like that. So I would say the best bang for your buck will have to be with economy. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to comment, and I will do my best to assist you. Have a wonderful day.